Here we are with one of my all-time favorite plinkers, the Walther P22. We take a look inside the box. You'll see it comes with your typical owner's manual, warranty, child safety lock, a bag full of parts and tools, and the Walther P22. As you can see, this model comes with the laser attachment. You can buy these separately. I think they're around 50, 75 bucks, something like that. I wish I could say that you could get consistent, repeatable accuracy with these things. But I found that over a period of time, you'll have to kind of reset. The laser tends to want to drift over a period of time. Not bad. If you're doing an offhand shot or not really, just out there having fun, you can get on a silhouette easily. You're just not going to be able to bullseye from the hip or anything like that. So for a fun factor, yes, absolutely. But for pinpoint accuracy, not so much. They are fun driving your cats or dogs completely out of their mind. So that's about the amount of fun I have with this thing, is making them lose their shit. As you can see, this model comes with a single 10-round magazine, a polymer frame, and I believe this slide is some type of steel alloy. It doesn't say anywhere on the website, or I couldn't find anything on it, but the action is considerably different sounding than most of your semi-auto 22. It has a much quieter action. I don't know if you can pick up on that solid sound, but if you compare it to some of the competitors, I don't know if you can hear that hollow tin sound. It's a little more obvious with this one. So this one, as far as a suppressor host, it's got a great sounding action. I'd say one of the best sounding actions out there is on the Ruger Mark III. So if you're looking to squeeze every last bit of sound out of it for a suppressor host, this is a good option, but from what I found, the Mark III is the best. Get on with some of its features. As you can see, it has both front and rear slide serrations. Really do like that. The slide itself has a chamber indicator. When there's a round in the chamber, you can see brass through that little slot. The sights are a 3-dot sight. They're made out of plastic, and they're a little different operation than some of the other sights. You have some windage with the rear, but the elevation you'll control with different inserts. I don't know if you can see that there's a slightly different size difference. So you'll control the elevation depending on the height of your front sight post. It's a little different way of doing it, but it seems to work pretty well. These stay locked in there pretty solid. This one's been in there since I got it, and I haven't had any issues with it falling out or losing it or anything like that, so works pretty well. As you can see, the safety is ambi. It's on both sides. The slide release is not. It's a single-sided only, not on that side. The magazine release, Walther does a little bit differently. Instead of a push-button magazine release, they use this lever system. Once you get used to it, where it's located, it's a pretty ingenious a way of doing it, because it's easily done from either side, and not in your way, or you don't accidentally push the button. You have to really try to get that lever. And it has a great magazine ejection, really pushes that thing out of there. The trigger itself is kind of a wash. It's a double action, single action. The double action just sucks. The double action is a whopping 11 pounds. Pretty crazy for a 17-ounce pistol. So that is just a super heavy pull. The single action, obviously this isn't typically set up as a defensive pistol, so it's not like you're really going to be drawing and double action then go to the single action. If it's just a plinker or a suppressor host or that type of weapon, you know, you're probably going to be cocking that hammer, or, you know, racking around so your hammer's probably going to be back anyways. The single action is pretty decent. It's has a little bit of take up and a pretty crisp 4-pound break. So 11 pounds on the double action, 4 pounds on the single action. Let's go ahead and break this thing down. It takes apart a little differently than some of your others. It has this takedown slide that you'll pull that down, and once that's down, you'll pull the slide back, up, then off. It comes with a metal guide rod, a coiled spring, and like I said, I'm not sure what this material is that they've made the slide out, but it's got a decent little weight to it. It seems to be as heavy as some of these much larger slides, and I know that these are aluminum, or a aluminum alloy. It's definitely milled out to really cut down the weight. That's why I believe it to be some type of steel alloy. But like I said, can't be 100% on that. But the action sounds great. One of the other reasons that this is a great suppressor host is its 3.4 inch barrel. Pretty much doesn't matter what type of ammo you shoot. You can shoot the super high stuff like your CCI mini mags. Pretty much all your higher velocity ammo just doesn't have the barrel length to really get going, so you lose some of the velocity, but in return pretty much all your ammo is subsonic. It just doesn't have the ability to get going before it uncorks that pop. So this shorter barrel makes for a great suppressor host. A lot of the other 22 semi-automatics are 4 and 5 inch barrel lengths, and that gives it enough time for those higher performance ammos to go supersonic. So you don't have to worry about getting subsonic ammo with this one, and part of the benefit of that is the subsonic ammo seems to be considerably dirtier, and this little guy likes to run clean. I've found that at about 250 to 300 rounds, it starts to hiccup. So just about the time you think you've put enough ammo through it for the day is about the time it wants to give up on you. 200 or 300 rounds is about the quitting point. It's partly because just this action it's just so tight. There's such tight tolerances on this thing that the dirtier 22 residue, especially when shooting suppressed, just gets fouled up, and some of those real tight working areas just, you know, can't take that extra grit and grain that the dirtier ammo produces. So great suppressor host, but it likes to be cleaned regularly. And if you've seen any of my other videos, you'll know that I'm a big advocate of cleaning with a compressor. Just take whatever oil or cleaning agent you want to use, just give it a generous bath, let it sit for a while, come back in, just blast it all out, and you'll see some pretty funky sludge come out of there. Putting this guy back together is a little challenging at times. I found if you take your spring and you run that back on your guidepost, and you got to hold on to that thing because it'll get away from you real quick. But if you push that back through and hold it in place, you can pretty much take your slide and put it back on your gun. You'll want to get your pin aligned. Once you have that aligned, it goes back together pretty easily. They give you a little tool that's supposed to help you, but the way I just showed you seems to be the easiest. This pistol does not fire without a magazine, so be aware of that. But overall length is 6.3 inches, overall height 4.5 inch, overall width 1.1 inch, and like I said earlier, the weight is 17 ounces with an unloaded magazine. So it's a light, compact little pistol. In the tools that you get, it comes with an extra back strap, and like I said, it comes with your little sight inserts, some tools to adjust your laser. It also comes with a little wrench. You can use that to remove the barrel nut or barrel end cap. And you can get these just about anywhere. You can get some generic ones, or you can get, this is made by SilencerCo. It's got a great little flat black moly coat on it. It just blends with the pistol a little bit better. Looks real similar to the finish on the slide, instead of the kind of shiny blued one. Tighten that down a little bit, and then you're ready to go for a suppressor. One of the things I had special made for this is a guy here local, actually a couple of guys, they do custom kydex. They haven't got their website and their company logo and all that stuff quite off the ground yet, but they do incredible work. I have several of their holsters. I have several Bravo companies holsters, and our Bravo concealment, and they do just as good as work as they do, as Bravo does. Like I say, they're doing some pretty innovative stuff. I don't know that I've ever seen a Walther P22 with custom kydex, but this just makes this thing, takes it to the next level. It's just a fun little shooter. You can put it on your hip, do some you know, some speed drills with it. If you want to leave a message on my comment section, they monitor the channel, so if anything, you'll inspire them to get going and get their company logo and their LLC and all that stuff done, and get this thing up and off the ground. Like I said, they do great work. They both serve their community in great ways, and they're both heroes in my opinion. So, like I said, leave a comment and inspire them to light a fire under their ass. And last but not least, we came all this way for a suppressor host. So here we go. And man, this is just a sweet little package. And another bonus. Takes a little more pressure to get it out with a suppressor, but it works. There we have it. Walther P22. Thanks for watching.
Laser.
Huh?
Just turned on the laser.
Well, turn the laser on and use it. It's not real accurate.
Oh, whoops.
Good going.
It's not very accurate. If it happens again, and I'll actually come out here if you need. Right, push the net up. They won't cut out that part that I got. Alright, I can do it.
Give us a 1, 2, 3.